Oh my God in heaven.
Hi all. Oh, and this isn't intimidating because this is good for a woman over 10. Hi all.
So the obvious question is Michael Myers truly dead this time?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? I love questions. I love questions because they then immediately think there's an answer to them. And the great thing about a question is there are a lot of questions, like how does an airplane stay up in the air? How did I end up with a career? I mean, there are a lot of questions. And is Michael Myers coming back is a perfect question. I don't have the answer. Yes. You don't have to even raise your hand. We're not in school. I barely got out of school. So.
I'm also from Germany. My question is, can you tell me how was it to work with Brian Johnson? Can you tell
Yes.
me a little bit more about
You know, he's, have you met him? You spent any time with him?
Yeah.
Very talented guy, really eclectic talent. You know, he can do Star Wars, and then he can do Looper, and then he can do, you know, he's an interesting man, and he has a very vivid imagination. And I think that's the crucial thing, particularly in a movie like Knives Out, which is a reinterpretation of the old whodunit, or as my husband reminded me, the grammar is actually who did it. I said to Chris, well, it's like a whodunit. And he was like, really? So who did it, Janie? I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Anyway, so I think Ryan is come up with a fresh new idea, a new version, and I enjoyed working with him, although, you know, there were a lot of people in the movie. It was a very big cast. Did you see the little teaser?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
How does you?
I'm going to actually let the woman over there in the glasses. But good try for a follow-up. I liked it. I felt like you were that guy who pisses Trump off. Is it Mike Acosta? Jim Acosta, who just never stops. I like it. You're good. You'll do well in show business.
And now that you've returned back to the Halloween franchise, are there any other film properties that you've done, True Lies, Hint Hint, that you'd want to return back to? I'm sorry.
You know, I don't think we could ever do another True Lies.
I know.
After 9/11.
What about Trading Places?
You know, just to finish that thought, you know, this was pre 9/11, and so I don't want to say we could make fun of terrorism, but we could make fun of terrorism because it was so outrageous, and of course, we can't ever make fun of it ever again.
But any other film that you've done in your career that you'd want to?
You know what? I don't do any of that. I just, you know, make dinner. So honestly, I don't lay around going like, I wonder what, you know, this is not who I am. Hold on, there was somebody, no, you already did one.
Yep.
Yes. Sorry, I even have a really good memory.
You've played different characters through your career. Is there any character that you look up to the most?
Bette Midler. And I didn't play her because I'm 10 feet tall and she's this big and she can sing and I can't hum a tune, let alone sing one. She is my hero. I think she's the greatest combination of everything that you can be. She's smart, political, and wickedly talented in so many areas. So she's my role model. I don't have a, you know, person. Yes.
So the Knives Out footage was wonderful to watch. What was it exactly that attracted you to be a part of the film?
You know, please. Are you kidding? I got a script sent to me that said, literally, it said Daniel Craig on the top of it. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. I'll go to Boston and work with Daniel Craig. Okay. So yeah, it was Ryan, Daniel, and then it was like, and then you'll be married to Dawn. Okay, good. I can do 2 months married to Dawn, and your son is Chris. Definitely could. Definitely. So it was one of those things. I just, you know, every person that they added to the cast from that was just crazy how fun it was. So, yes.
I do. Since we are in Las Vegas, what do you remember your memory of coming to Vegas, you know, with your family, and you know nowadays that changed so much?
Yeah, I don't have a family memory. I don't have any family memories, by the way, very few. I remember one glass of fresh orange juice at the Parco de Principe when I was very young, when my mother was working in Rome. Other than that, I have no memories of my childhood. But my husband and I came here with John Stamos. We took a plane. We flew to Vegas, had dinner, and went and saw, well, yes, I'm trying to think who else was there. It was John, my husband, myself. We flew in, we had dinner, we saw Don Rickles, and we left. And it was one of the greatest nights of my life. Don Rickles, seriously, that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Yes, quiet man like my husband in the back. Do you fly fish? I'm just checking. I know it's around. You're not turned yet. He hasn't even asked yet. He's just sitting there with a thing pointed at me, which is intimidating. It's the New World Order, by the way. We just hold things at people. Yes, sir.
Of all the roles you've ever had in your story career, which one was your favorite character?
I think that True Lies is just a perfect combination of everything I would do well in every way. Like, it was just a perfect canvas. It was such a giant scope. And Jim hired me. He wrote it for me, which I'm not saying out of ego. I'm saying that's the truth. And it's because he just let me do what I do. And the truth is, I'm an untrained person who's managed to work for a long time. But that movie took advantage of everything that is good about my talent and the freedom that I had to be Helen, and just the varied nature of it from, all of it. And so I just think that was probably the most complete experience I've ever had.
Thanks for your graciousness.
No, thank you. Okay. Yes.
I already told you earlier today, Fish Called Blonde is the best comedy of the
Well, you just wrote it to me in a little love note.
But I want to know what comedy of your husband's is your favorite.
Waiting for Guffman.
Ben Heston show?
Yes. Waiting for Guffman, it's because the scale is so small. I don't mean small. It's such a snapshot of a place and time and group of people. And everybody has dreams. And what I love is that all of the movies are about dreams being fulfilled. That's the great part of these competitions, if you will. End games, where there's not end games like I know anything, even though Chris did play my son. Maybe I know something, maybe I don't. How much money you got? But I think there's something really exquisite about real people who get a sniff of fame, who get that beginning feeling like, maybe that could happen to me. And that is such a perfect distillation of that and it was his first one of those. And Corky is,
I think it's appealing to your acting side because all of them are actors and each
Yeah.
one's got.
well, it's the acting side, but it's the dreamers.
Yeah.
We all have dreams. Every person in this room has a dream. Some of you are living your dream. Some have fallen into the world you're in. Some probably hate their jobs. No, I'm not joking. But we're all in show-off business. We all are. And the distributors, and the actors, and the directors, and the producers, and the production people, and the security people. Somehow we're all trying to manifest a dream that we have for ourselves. And, I'm the luckiest girl in the room. Luckiest girl in the room. Yes, sir.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again. But you already interviewed me, so maybe I should allow this lovely woman a chance. But I'll be brief with you. Go on.
All right. Speaking of dreams, what's one thing you have not done yet in your story career that you would just love to
Story.
tackle? Yes.
God, I feel old. That what?
That you haven't done yet that you would love to tackle. Is there one kind of secret little? No.
No, I'm not that person.
All right.
You know why? Because again, there's not been one job that I've had, there's not been one thing that I've done that I ever thought I would do. Not one. And that includes writing books, talking in front of people, dancing in my underwear in front of the future governor in the state of California with, 150 crew people around. There's not one second of my life that I have pre-thought would happen. I was going to college, barely, by the way. My parents did not buy me into college. I barely got into the University of the Pacific because my mother was the most famous person who had ever graduated from there, and they somehow wanted my D+ average. So, you know, the fact that I ended up an actor is a miracle. It was an accident, and I'm just, again, the luckiest human being you've ever had stand in front of you.
Because we're going to need to wrap it up.
I'm right because I'm a
So
talker.
right.
So this
last
gentleman here with the lovely shirt and the handheld device.
It's such an amazing cast who
Yes.
surprised you in a way with in Knives Out.
Ana de Armas. You see, I knew all those other people, and I didn't know her, and she's magic. Did you meet her? Were you at the carpet?
Presentation?
Yes. She is magic. She is an incredible talent, and I think we're going to hear a lot from her. Thank you guys for your time. God bless you. Take good care. Make good choices. Wow. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. What happened?